Hi everybody, Penny here from Calb's Sparkles. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, please subscribe, much appreciated. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Today is a day one of the June waffle that I'm doing along. It's with Add More Zest. I'm joining in the waffle. There's quite a few of them going on at the moment. I've chosen this canvas. It's one that I've already done 2 other canvases. And I did the kitting up. And it is, turn it that way, the little black kitten looking into the puddle with the Black Panther. The others have come out really good, so I'm hoping this one will as well. But before we do anything, we need to section it into 30 days. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel this back a little bit. And I have a pen. And it says that this is 40 by 65, but we know it's not. And what I need to do is I need to section this into 10. So, well, it says it's supposed to be 65, but it is actually, let's get it the right way around, 60. So that's going to be easy, because that means that if I mark every, is that 60? Yeah. If I mark every 6 centimetres, do it the other way so that the numbers are on the right side. So we've got 6, 12, 18, 24. I should have done this offline, but I wanted you to see how I was going to do it. 36, 42, 48, 54 and 60. And then we're going to do the same at the bottom. Oh, it's stuck. Right, so across it is 30. 35. So I think what I'll do, so 35 by 3 is, if I do it 12, 24, if I do it in 12, yeah, I do it 12, 24, and that one can be ½ an inch longer or shorter. Right, now I've got lots of cover paper, and what I'm gonna do is start covering to section it off. So I have got quite a few sheets of this. Now I tend to start at the top left hand corner. So what I'm going to do is try and line this up, and I'm trying to line it up so that I don't have to adjust it, because I'm just a little bit anal like that. That's too high. Now these sections aren't going to be huge sections. So what I most probably will do, sorry if you can, my head's in the way, is I will most probably be doing another one in between. I've got a couple that are, well, I've got a few that are already kitted up. this is how I thought would be the best way of doing it, to divide it into the sections. So, and they are small sections, they're not very big sections, because of dividing it into 30. Run it over the top, don't we? Yes. And once you've got that first one lined up, they're actually quite good. Quite easy to line up. I could have actually done smaller bits of release paper, but I usually do this size section. So I didn't really want to start covering up, cutting them up, and then they're smaller sections. But like I said, I think I've got something like 100 sheets of these. So I do have quite a few. But there seem to be lots of darker colours in this. I'm going to have to turn it. Use some of the ones that have already been used. I've got my big hoodie on today because it's been a bit chilly today. Went out to the shops with my daughter earlier just to get a few little bits of shopping. But I'm hoping that this one comes out as good as the other two that I've done for this. There's a few that are very similar. So I'm hoping that they come out just as good. So I will be loading this video as soon as I've gone a bit wrong there, guys. As soon as I've recorded it, so that I want to try and do it I think I lost my brain cells a bit there. Sorry if my big head is getting in the way. I don't think it is, but we're hoping it's not. But this is the best way that I can think of doing it with the sections. It's not going, this one doesn't want to, but up one. There we go. That one wanted to be a pain, and then this one is just easy because it's straight across. Yeah, so what I most probably will work on. I've got a few other bits that I need to do. I've got a few work things that I need to do. I need to do some crocheting, but what I'll do is as soon as I've got this sectioned, I'll get the first one done, today's one done, section done. So usually, I'll be honest, one this size wouldn't take me a month to do, but maybe it's a good way of making sure that I get my other work done, because my other work has been a bit, I was doing, I did a custom, a very special custom. So I literally spent a week doing nothing but diamond painting, which I've got to say was nice, and I really wanted it finished. But I will put up, maybe what I'll do is see how long these sections take, because I don't know if you guys want to see an hour and a half videos. But I'll look to see how long a section takes, and then see if I could maybe do a section and also review the custom so you can all see it. I was very, very happy with how it came out. Like I said, it's a very special one that actually really enjoyed doing it. I wasn't sure that I was going to, but I did. So yeah, we'll see how long this one takes, how long these sections take, and if they don't take, I don't think they'll take long, because to be honest, they're not that big. I literally really don't like working with this plastic on. I tend to I wouldn't take all of it off. I would have 2 rows of release paper, and as I finish one row, I'll move it down until eventually I can take it off. Especially on ones like this is a 40 by 65, well, it's more like a 35 by 60, but so I wouldn't normally put the whole thing in release paper, but that was the only way. I know some people section off using washi tape over the plastic, but I just don't trust myself to not cut the canvas whilst I'm trying to cut some of the plastic off. And to be honest, plastic really gets on my nerves. I don't like the crinkling. And today, yay, that's gone. That can go into recycling. So we just need to, these last 3 will be easy peasy to do. And then we can get cracking. I will put this one on the end first. I don't really need to, because I'm going to do that now. Let's just put that there. But we do like to be tidy, and let's put these release papers. I think these release papers I got off eBay ages ago, and I think I've got like 100 sheets for something like £4. Right, so there we go. That's all done. So 1, 2, 3 across, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down. So we've got 1 to do for every day of the week, and I will start here. I was going to do random, but I think that'll be too awkward because of the way I've done it. Now, if you'd seen the kitting up, I don't know if you can see that. That's the picture of what it's going to be. But I did do it in this. This one's actually got, I think it's 25 colours. Yeah, 25 colours. Got tons of spares in the top bit. But it's all kitted up ready. And we will be using our zesty tray from Add More Zest, which is my go-to tray. I'm going to use my favourite pen, which is this one, which a friend of mine a few weeks back, in fact the beginning of May, I was doing an event and I actually watched him make it, and I have got some videos from when he did this, because I did video him making it. And yeah, maybe I'll put that up. But right, so we take off this one, and that can go into there. These are small. If it was really confetti, then I would do across like this, so that I could work a little bit at a time, but it's not that bad, so it's a lot. I don't need to do that. Now, I don't use any light pads. I prefer the light coming from behind me. So let's get going. Right, I've adjusted the camera, or rather my daughter has, so you can see it a bit more. I've loaded wax into my pen, and I then just decided to throw loads of drills over my table. I usually start, when I'm doing it like this, right in this corner, and that's the first colour I'll do. But I noticed there's one little random little number 3 symbol in there. So I thought what I'll do is I'll just do that one first, because that one I can just go straight in and put that in like that. Right, then there's lots of Q. So the Q, lovely 939, which as you can imagine, there is quite a few dark colours in here. When I first sort of opened it and I thought, oh my gosh, so many 310s. But there isn't actually that many 310s. It's mainly it's mainly the 939s. So, hoping it's all in focus. But let's get going. So, I don't know if anybody else is doing the whip-alongs. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't going to, because I've got so many that I want to do. I've recently, if you'd seen the unboxing, received my first ever Diamond Art Club, and wow, I'm smitten with it. I can't wait to do it. I've kitted it up, but because it's such a big one, I didn't want to do it for the June waffle. I really like the idea of why, there's a bit of wax there, of the reasoning behind it. Rebecca at Add More Zest, it's basically, if you do a section a day, it means that you're getting that me time every day. Like, it's so easy to be sort of let life get carried away with life, and it gets to the point where you sort of forget to put time out for yourself. Excuse me, I'm just going to turn off my phone if I can see it, because I just heard it's in my pocket. I just heard a notification come through, and you just don't know, do you? I don't want to get lots of any phone calls whilst we're doing this. So yeah, so I like that idea that, oh, sorry about that, I'm not the camera. So yeah, it's just making time. Making sure you get time for yourself. Now, I don't know if you can notice, what I'm actually doing is this whole bit down here is this symbol. And what I do is, some people do the checkered method. Now and again, I might do the step method. But what I tend to do is just do little bits at a time. So I'll just go and do, keep moving this, I should really clip it down. What I tend to do is just do little tiny little sections at a time. And because that black one was there, that odd 310, I keep hitting this camera. It's because it's so low. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. But yeah, I tend to sort of go 3, 4 down. And that's just, I think everybody has different ways that works for them. My favourite is working with squares. So it is a case of, I think, Squares does take a bit longer to do. In fact, I think like 75% of my canvases that haven't been done are squares. I've got a few rounds, which I will do. But my thing is if I can do a video a day, I have got an event that I need to do, that I'm doing on Friday. So tomorrow I may do two videos and do the Friday's one. Because by the time I get back, I most probably will do some diamond painting. Because it helps me relax. But I won't have time to video it and edit it and put it up. So I am hoping that this is going to be day 1 of 30 days of June. And that you can see, I know I've been doing some whip-alongs for, with my purple waterfall, the 155 by 50. But because I've been doing having other odd bits to do, I haven't had time to do it. So yeah. And it's not even, I've done a bit offline, but it feels like I've done loads and I haven't really done much of it at all because it is so big. But I did say it was going to be my in-between canvas, because now I've got the Sneaky Cat. That's another one that's really big. I believe it's like 102 by 51 or something around that. So I don't want to be, and I really want to do that. Because it's the first Diamond Art Club and I've heard so many good things about the Diamond Art Clubs. So, and what is also a bit strange is my friend made me 2 of these pens. Now, one of them, what I actually did is I took one of the standard pink ones you get in a kit. Just got to stop hitting that camera. And that's what he sort of modelled the size and the holes to put the ends in. That's a bit of a dodgy one. I'll put that there for now. And one of them, he just did the hole. He did it, and obviously I didn't have any tips, metal tips with me, but I had some on order. So when I brought them home, I put the metal tip in. When the metal tip came, I put it in. And I've got to be honest, I actually prefer this one with the tip that came with the pink pen, like the one that you get in the standard kit. I actually do prefer this one. I did also I've tried with the glue sticks, glue dots. I can't do it. I don't know whether it's that I can't get the glue dot in properly. Seriously. Sorry guys, I know I keep hitting this. I don't know if I can't get the glue dots in properly or I'm doing something wrong. But I end up getting frustrated with it. And I was told that if you put wax in it, then it makes it harder for the glue stick to sort of settle in there or stay in there. So, because I've had a glue dot in there, glue stick, glue dot, I don't want to then put wax in it. So at the moment, I'm just sort of, I'm using this pen nearly all the time because it's made of oak. It's really lightweight. It's really lightweight. It's really comfortable. So I'm sticking to it. The custom that I've just done, I believe that was 60 by 45. So similar to the size of this, but it was true to size. There wasn't any, like, the measurements was the picture size, not the canvas size, which is what you find in a lot of paintings, which is fine. And it seemed bigger than this. There was a bit of blocking. There was a lot of confetti. I don't know what's going on with my words today. There was a lot of confetti. I actually did it in 6 days. But it was, I wanted it done before I started this. And I actually finished it Monday. So yeah. But it's come out absolutely amazing. It really has. And I will show you, maybe in tomorrow's June whip or June waffle or whatever it's called. I'll show you after I've done the painting. I do need to kit it down. Well, there's no rush to kit it down, I suppose. It had 46 colours, which was a nice amount. I did use my bottle storage. I didn't do the kitting up on video because, or the unboxing, it was quite an emotional one. So I didn't want to start blubbering on video. I'm sure you don't all want to see that. But yeah, it did come out really nice. But I literally have spent, when I say it took 6 days, it took 6 whole days to do. I had 1 day in a week that I couldn't do any of it because I had some other stuff going on. I should really have brought my light out, but it's fine. Where I'm sitting next to another chair. I'm sitting at the big table, but I'm sitting next to another chair that was kind of squashing my leg, so I couldn't stretch my leg. But yeah, I don't think these sections will take that long. And I'm hoping you guys will watch it and we can have a chin wag. If you have any comments, please comment below, and on the next one I will answer them. The other thing is the custom was it was a double-sided tape one, so it was a bit trickier to do because obviously when they're double-sided, and I did a patch of it where I got so many, I put the wrong colour down basically. But what I've done is these bottles are so full up that I do need to be careful when I'm opening them. I think I'm going to do the ones because there's just a few scattered around. And the rest of it is kind of lots of blocking in this corner bit. So there are a few ones. I'm hoping that it's all still in shot. Yes. These ones are kind of scattered around. This is a colour that I actually really like, this colour, the 154. I do like this colour. Because I do usually go in order. But the H and the A is lots here. So I find it easier to put these ones in and then add in, then sort of fill it up, so to speak. Fill in all the gaps. Like I can see that across the top, there's a few 5, R and F. Oh, there's one F. So I'll get those done and then stop. But I'll prefer a diamond on there. And then I'll start filling in all the bigger colours. I'm sure I'll miss a few, but hey-ho, that's all the fun of it. The good thing with using the bottle storage is that you can poke your pen in and get them done. Alright, so let me bring this closer to me. F. There is just one, so I can poke it in and get that done there. And I think there's a couple of R's which can be the same, just poke it in. So there's one there. And one there. It's not very straight, there you go. And there's a few 5s. So I think we'll have to put these in the tray because there's a few of them. But yeah. So has everybody got lots of things planned for the Jubilee? I'm doing an event on Friday. So I'll be at an event for Jubilee, but I'll just be taking part in it. I've got a stall with all my crocheted goodies. I think after doing the the custom that was poured glue squares, I'm actually being really careful about how I'm putting them down. Maybe not that one. How I'm putting them down so that they don't have to be moved. So I suppose that's a good thing. But yeah, some of these bottles are completely full up, as you can see, like this one. Right, we'll get the V done. Which there's a few of those. Not a huge amount, but a few. I do love my cesty tray. It does line them up really nicely. Yeah, so maybe I will take a bit longer doing this, because I'm trying not to hit the camera like that. It's because I want you to see me actually doing it. So I've got the camera really low so I can try and get as zoomed in as possible, because it's not a camera, it's a phone. So I can't zoom in very well. I think if I can get to the stage where I can build my YouTube channel and invest in maybe a camera and some other bits. The stand that holds holds the phone is £3 from Poundland. And it is adjustable, so I can have it sort of different angles. Because I said it's a phone that I'm doing the video up with. So it's all on the cheap. So yeah, like I said, hopefully that's if you guys like me, if you want to subscribe. The aim really, when I first started this, was because I've done so many things sort of on a tight budget because of lockdown and stuff. Because the whole COVID situation meant that I've literally, I think I've done 3 events in the last 3 years. So I haven't been earning as much money. Right, there we go. That's the V done. So I think next we will do the 8. Get the dark colour done. Oh, it's not even, it is, it's like, it's 336, so it's another blue. But there is there is quite a few of them on this section. And to be honest, most of the section is going to be most of them are going to be dark because of the whole nature of how it's, I keep moving it, don't I? The whole nature of the actual picture. So it's going to be one of them, it is going to be a darkish one. But it's a Black Panther, so I don't know what else I would expect it. I wouldn't expect it to be white. So yeah, get this section done, and then I've done my first of the June waffles. I've actually been looking forward to this. I did want to start it last night. I did finish, like I said, I finished the custom on Monday. And I think where I've been doing it every day to get it finished, I sort of felt lost yesterday not having diamond painting to do. Although I do have others that I could start, but I don't really like to do. I don't like to have lots on the go at the same time. I've got this one kitted up. I've got one of the rainbow cat that I've got, Jafina, I think my daughter named him. But I think that my granddaughter, who's 8, she has asked me if she can do that one, so I don't really want to touch that. I want to leave that for her to do. And then I've got Sneaky Cat, which I have kitted up. But it's not been, and I did do that on video, but that'll be posted. There may be some days where I put 2 videos up. And that's really pushing out the boat, isn't it? You know what? Let me just take them 2 off because it wasn't going into the right place. There we go. So, yeah. Some days I may put 2 videos. But that Sneaky Cat one, well, that was fun to do. I've used the knockoff Elizabeth Ward, as they call it. So, just going to have a drink. It's 40 colours. I used that one, and working out what can fit into what pot, that was fun and games. And it's another bit of trash. One thing I haven't done is I haven't got my trash pot here, so I'm literally just putting it to the side, and then I'll get a trash pot, because although this is 25 colours, if you've seen and it's a 30 bottle storage, usually I use one of the bottles as a trash, so I can keep track of what the drills were like. But I literally, this has got so many drills that I've used some of the I've used the extra pots for spare drills, and I've still got big bags, especially of these big these dark, like the 939. Was it 939? Has it gone? What was it? Yeah, 939. It's a huge amount of those. So I've still got an extra bag of them in the back of in the pocket of this storage case. So, but yeah, so I think what I'll do, in fact, there's one there. I've got a spare Tic Tac here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put them in there. And then what I can do is I can stick that in the pocket. And that is there because I kitted up using my Tic Tac boxes, which I have taken down now. But I used one of the bigger Tic Tac boxes, so I had a few spare little ones. And obviously we hope that that little one is going to be well and big enough for trash drills, because we don't want to see lots of trash. But I do, in my trash drills, I always also put in, if I have any imposters, I call them. If I have imposters, I put them in there as well. I fish them out once they're in my tray. I don't fish them out the bottles, but I do fish them out if they're in the tray, because I do keep my spares. And I'm a bit OCD when it comes to, I don't like the mixed colours. It's like I shade match and that with my spares. I am collecting them for a cross-stitch design, a Heaven and Earth, which if you've seen any of my kitting down videos, you would have seen that I'm kind of keeping a note of what colours that I need. So yeah. But it is just a case of, we'll get this section done. I don't know, like, if it's really not what people want to see, then just skip on past. Oh, this is going to be happening all the time, so I apologise 100 times already. See? I need a shorter pen. If I had a shorter pen, I wouldn't keep banging it. This is a good stick on this canvas. This is from AliExpress. I can't remember what shop it was. I'd have to have a look. I think it cost something like, it was under £10. Every time I've got one of these, I've always managed to get it. Well, I can either use some coins, or they've got a little sale on them, because I don't like paying full price for anything. And I have tons of coins on AliExpress, so if anybody knows how I can use them, because every time I see things that are a penny plus, I don't know, 2,000 coins, it's gone by the time I get to look at it. So I don't know if it's a certain time that they go up. I don't know. But then I read something on, I looked it up on Google, and it says that there is a way of exchanging coins for coupons. So I don't know how that works. I can't figure it out. So if anybody knows, please inform me. I am at some point going to also be doing a I do have an Instagram account for my crocheted works. So I am going to do one for my diamond painting. So once that's done, I'll put a link up. And then if it would be lovely if you could give us a follow. Fine if you don't. I've seen a few canvases on fan sales, and I have seen some unboxing from fan sales. But I've seen the unboxing, but I haven't seen many videos on the quality of their canvases and of their drills. But there's a couple of canvases. There's a really gorgeous one, which, as much as, I don't know where that's come from, but the space is not there. As much as I prefer squares, this one is rounds, but it's a big bookcase, and it's got loads of cats wandering around, like all in amongst the books. And I just thought it was so cute. And you may have, or you may not have noticed, I love cats, so I tend to do lots of cats. It's a really good price as well. It's a large canvas. Can't remember the exact size. It might even be the same size as this one, and I think it's like £8. Which is the one that I really like it. But it's no good if it's really, if I love the picture, it's no good no matter how cheap it is if the canvas isn't very good. And as much as, like I said, I've seen lots of unboxing and they all look like the print looks good, the drills look good, but I don't think you really know until it's been done. And I sort of can't seem to find any reviews on them. So it would be good to actually hear if anybody's done them and what their opinions are on their quality. And they've got quite a few other bits as well. They've got some nice nice storage, a couple of nice pens. There's a few bits that I would like to get, and it is a budget friendly, which is right up my alley, which I know a lot of people in this day and age with the inflation and everything else, sort of I can't justify anyway. I can't justify. That was really clever. That's fine, because most of them apart from one went into my tray. I can't justify spending money on an expensive canvas. Like, there's so many in Diamond Art Club I would absolutely love to do. But at this day and age, I cannot justify spending that kind of money. My sneaky cat that I got was a present from my family members. But other than that, I wouldn't have had one. Just the cost of living is so high at the moment. I went to put petrol in today. And where I live, when I saw the price, I nearly fell over. I was like, wow. Couldn't believe how much. Now, I spend a lot of time indoors anyway. But where I live, you need a car. If you need shopping or anything like that, you need a car. Because where I live, walking to, say, the local supermarket takes about 20-25 minutes. Walking back is all uphill. And I can't do it. I actually did it last week with my daughter. Me and my daughter decided we were going to go we needed to get some milk and bread. So I said, come on then, we walked down there. because we're trying to do this. Let's try and be a bit healthy and not go in the car every time we leave the house. Sorry, guys. So we walked down there and I needed milk, of all things, not even thinking that you have to, and we drink a lot of milk in my house, so it's like 6 pints of milk. We had to carry that thing home. We were taking turns in carrying it, although, bless her, she carried it most of the way. I carried the bread. I carried the easy bit. The light bit. But it's, I can't, I saw the petrol when I went to put petrol in this morning. I literally could not believe the price. Absolutely ridiculous. I've gone on a meander down this bottom bit now. So yeah, but fan sales. They have got some lovely, they've got the other ones that I wanted to get are the two, there's an angel wing, and you get a left side and then the right side. So you actually purchase them as separate canvases. But I've seen them around, but the price of them is amazing. It's amazing, and they're, if I remember rightly, the shipping is like £6, but I think if you spend over a certain amount, you get free shipping. But I think when I last looked, I think it was like £50, and I haven't got £50 to spend on diamond paintings. So, and I think it worked out, if I got the two wings, the left wing, the right wing, and postage, it was still only around the £20 mark, which I thought was really good value because they're not tiny. They're a decent sized canvas. So, do you know, a lot of people use these multi-placers. I wouldn't be able to use it on some of this because it's dotted all over the place. I just can't get into use them. I spend so long flapping around trying to get them into the thing that it ends up taking me 5 times longer than if I just single place them. So I do just single place. Maybe one day I'll have a good old try at it and see if, I think a lot of it is about how they line up in your tray as well. And I haven't tried since I got my zesty tray from Admiral Zest. I actually have the little one, the zesty tray, and I also have the larger one, which I believe is the Admiral Zest tray, which is in gorgeous purple, amazing purple. So what I tend to do is I tend to use that. Just realised the stopper's not in there. I tend to use that if I'm doing, like on the custom painting, there was quite a bit of blocking. And it was a really pale pink. And what was the other colour in it? 3865, which was the cream, like the off-white. So I used it a lot for that. I think for the Sneaky Cat, where there seems to be a little bit of colour blocking, but not huge amounts. But it's not heavily confetti from looking at it. But it's lots of purples in there. And I don't think I'd see them in the purple tray, in which case I'd get the pink. I'd use my pink one. But since getting these, Right, since getting the little zesty pink one, I've not used any other tray. It's the only tray that I've used, because I find they're easy to hold, although at the moment I'm not holding it, it's just sitting close to where I'm working. They're easy to hold, they're lightweight, they're deep. I love the stopper. I've not had any issues like pouring. They don't get stuck in, because you know, like some of them, they get stuck in the hole for where the stopper goes. I've had one like that, or not one like it, because I haven't had one with a stopper, but I find sometimes, especially with the square drills, I find they get stuck. Right, I'm just going to adjust. There's one of these sheets of release paper that keeps lifting. I keep getting stuck to the bottom, stuck to the canvas underneath it, so I just wanted to turn it over. So we're nearly finished with the number 8. I'm not overly fast when doing these. But I've got to say, I do find diamond painting very relaxing. Very relaxing. Right, I believe that's all the 8s. So, I think what we'll do now is the 4s, because the 4s and the A's are a little bit difficult to see the difference. So, if I do the 4s, because there's less of those, and then what's left is the A's. We've got a grey, as you can see. And this is how I do it. I'm hoping you can see it, because I can't see what's on the camera in a minute. But I tend to just get little dabs, but they line up so well. You get the odd one, but that's nothing major. But yeah, get these 4 done. 4's done. I think that A is a very similar colour. Yeah, just slightly darker. So, are there any others of you? I don't know where my language is going today. Are there any of you guys doing the June waffle for anybody? Because I know there's a few going on. I've seen a few. There's a pet one that's happening. I cannot for the life of me remember what channel it was. I've got a few channels that I sort of tune into and watch. Usually, to be honest, I usually watch them when I'm diamond painting. There's a few that I watch. Right. I will stop it in a minute. And what do you guys think about the whole... I know there's putty. Some people use blue tack. A lot of people use glue dots. Blue tack was really good. I used blue tack and I found it quite good. The problem I found is that it didn't stay sticky for long. But I don't know if that's just because I opened it and poked my tool in and that was it. I don't know whether maybe I should have, because they say before you use blue tack, you're supposed to sort of manipulate it. So maybe that's what I needed to do. Maybe I should have done that before I sort of kneaded it a bit in my fingers before putting it in the pen. But I will try that again because it gave an amazing little pop every time you put a drill down. And I know some people don't like that, but I do. I think I'll work along this top bit and then work along the bit underneath to get these fours done. Because there isn't much difference between the 4 and the capital A. And there's also not much difference in the colour. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this over a bit so I don't, I'm trying not to hit it. But yeah, I got the kiddo off school. Thinking about homeschooling her because she's having a few issues at school. It's nice to have her home this week, although I haven't seen much of her. She had her friend over for a sleepover. Then she went to her friend's the next day, not for a sleepover because it's not that easy to get rid of my girl. She likes to be at home. She doesn't really like, she loves her friends staying here, but she doesn't particularly like staying anywhere else. So we go for long walks. I live, behind where I live is, we call them snake fields, but they're not snakes, there's no snakes. When I first moved here and we were sort of looking around, investigating the area, we came across this field. Well, I say field, it's like 6 fields. It's part of a farm. And I said to her, come on then, let's walk in here. And she was like, no, there might be snakes. So we've just called it Snakefield ever since. But she's now brave enough that we go over there. And there's a forest at the side that we go in there. Go for shortcuts in the forest. And we can be gone for hours. So we do all that. We haven't been today or yesterday because it has been absolutely pouring it down. And when it has stopped raining, it still looked like it's going to still rain. So it was like, do not want to be caught out in the middle of a field. And it's going to take an hour to walk back in the rain. So we haven't today. We haven't been out for a walk today or yesterday. But the weather seems to be a bit promising later in the week. So we will go out then. Do like our walks. We sort of find things, and yesterday, Monday I think it was, when we went out, we walked into the forest because you can walk around these fields and some of them, or on the way home, there's a part that you can either walk along the side of the field or you can go through the forest. But we walked through the forest and we haven't been there a couple of weeks. And where it's all grown over, it was like an arch that you walked through that was full of blossom, and it was absolutely stunning. So I took lots of pictures of my daughter posing like 13-year-olds do. They have the pout, don't they? This amazing pout that they do. She's in her room at the moment. I think she's just finished reading the book that she's reading. So she's in there. I don't know what she's doing now. To be honest, I think she's on the phone to her friends. I was going to see my other the rest of the family this week, but I couldn't be bothered to drive down to London, to be quite honest. I don't like driving anymore. Well, not at the minute anyway. Yeah, I am. I do think after doing that poured glue, I am being more conscious of how these go down. Because obviously, because it's poured glue, you can kind of play with it a bit. If it goes down slowly wonky, you can play with it. Whereas I think I put maybe 20 wrong drills down on my custom, which was the double-sided, and it took me about an hour to get them off. So that was fun. I think you guys are just going to have to get used to a bit of a wobble, because it's not stopping happening. But I do like, I don't know, I do like the squares. I think, like, I've got some amazing round ones that are only 30 by 40s that I've done. And they look absolutely amazing in rounds. So I don't know if it's a case of, since I was very scared when I first started doing these. I was very dubious about doing squares. Because obviously with circles, I find doing circles are a lot quicker. Because you don't need to straighten them up and have them put them down a certain way and all that palaver. It is a lot easier, a lot quicker. But I like the method of doing my squares, I have to say. And I know that I did say, when I started doing this video, that I work from the corner and follow the colours, and I've gone completely the opposite on this. But hey-ho, that's what it's all about. Now, I think that's all the falls. Because of these bottles, if I've missed one, it'll be easier to stick me pen in and get one. There's my lid there. So we're going to do the A's next. Fill all the A's in, which is 413. There's quite a few of these. I always pour a lot more in that than I need though, because then I find it easier to, I'm not struggling to turn them over, and it's easy enough to put them back in the bottle if you don't use it. Right. Am I all still in? Am I still in focus? Yes. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. My the battery died. We had to quickly find the charger, and if anybody has kids, they know that you can never find a charger in the house when you've got kids with that use the same charger. So, but we've got that in now. Hopefully didn't miss too much. If anything, I think I noticed pretty quickly. But yeah, can't remember what I was saying now. But we haven't got too much left to do. See, I don't know whether when I've got a block, when it's more like colour blocking like some of this is, whether it takes longer or not. But I have said to myself, I'm going to get a section done a day. And I'm going to try and video a section a day. So that, because also it's not just like whether you guys want, like, are going to watch, because I don't have a lot of subscribers. But more so, it's a record of me doing it, you know. It's a record of me completing this canvas, which I haven't got any records of it. I like, even with my with doing the custom, it was very much, it's a very personal one. So I haven't recorded any of it. I haven't taken pictures of different stages. I've just kind of done it. I was a bit worried because it is my first custom. That's my cat meowing at me. If you heard him. It's my first custom. I kind of looked around on YouTube and stuff to see if there was many reviews on customs. I didn't have a lot of money, and in fairness, using coupons, I think my custom cost me about £15 to £20, something in that region. I'd have to look it up. And it's a quite, like, it's a, like I said, it's a 60 by 45. And it looks blooming amazing, even if I say so myself. Absolutely. I was very unsure. When I first opened it, I was like, because of how special it is, I needed it to be a good one. And I was a bit worried, and I didn't want to... There are a few other customs that I want, that I will do the unboxing, and I will get it from the same place. Drills were amazing. Canvas. I might actually ask them if they can do it in a poured glue, because I really don't like using the double-sided. Number one, when it's this kind of size, you want to be able, when it's that size, you want to be able to roll it. And I have been told that if you roll it after you've unrolled it when it comes, then it can cause rivers and the tape can lift, and I'd rather not, because although I've seen that there are certain things you can do to sort of fix those, you don't want to if you don't have to. So I may, when I'm ready, because I'm not at that point where I can get another one yet, but when I'm ready and I'm sort of going to order the next one, I think I will ask if they can possibly do it in a poured glue, because I'd much prefer poured glue. It would make it so much easier to roll. And the one that I've just done was portrait as well, so it made it, like with this one, I've put all the release paper on, so I don't really want to roll it and start fluffing about with it. But if I wasn't doing it as a June, I wouldn't have this much, and I wouldn't be having to do it sideways. Although it's no big deal, but I just prefer poured glue. So I may ask them. If not, I'll still get it, and I will get it from, I think I got it from Hurricane. I will get it from the same people, because everything else, apart from the fact that it was double-sided and not poured glue, everything else was absolutely perfect. And when I say to you, I have so many spare drills left. I think in one of them, in one of the colours, I've got a bottle and a half of spares left. So I got lots of drills, plenty of drills. The canvas was decent, as in the way it's come out, the way it was rendered. I think that's what they call it. The picture's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Better than I imagined it would be. So, and I don't have the funds to be able to test different places. So I think I've had a good one from one place. So stick to that. That's my motto anyway. Don't fix it if it's not broken. So I am at this, nearly done with the A's. I'll tell you what's funny. Not funny, but do you sit there and you do something like diamond painting? Or it could be another hobby that you do. Because I'm much the same when I'm doing my crocheting or my sewing. The time just flies. Like, I didn't expect me to be sitting doing, I don't even know how long this video is going to be. I know it's going to be more than an hour and I've not even finished yet. So we may have to put a bit of a time lapse on it, because I'm sure you guys don't want to be sitting listening to me nattering away about nonsense. I do feel like I'm talking to myself though. They say that's a sign of madness, don't they? Maybe that's me all over. There's nothing wrong with being a little crazy sometimes. So yeah, all exciting stuff going on in the land of Penny. It's actually quite nice because it's not, I hate blocking. I hate colour blocking. I find it so boring. I find, like, there was a lot of colour blocking in my custom, but it wasn't hugely, as in, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh. But it was actually a mix of 2 or 3 different colours. So it didn't seem like, there were some patches, but it wasn't overly bad. I still can't believe I got it done in 5 days. 6 days, sorry. It's amazing. I now need to find a frame that it'll fit in, because it's one that's going up on my wall. So if anybody knows anywhere to get decent, I want glass, I don't want this thin plastic. I want the glass so that it shines. I think that will do it justice. I was originally going to put it onto a canvas, so it wasn't in a frame. But I feel like it needs to be in a frame. So if anybody knows anywhere where they do decent priced frames of the bigger size, so like I said, it's 60 by 45. And what I might do is I might actually go round and look through all of the charity shops, see if I can get, because you can tend to get We don't have many car boots here. Otherwise, I'd go and look at a car boot. But I think I might be able to find one in a charity shop, which would be good. Didn't get it. And this is, what colour is this? 414. So it's just a little bit. See, this, I like it when you've got these colours that are very close to each other, because I think that's when you get the best. You get the best shading when you've got the colours that are quite close to each other. And especially ones like 413, 414. Although I do tend to have a lot of 413s in my spares. So obviously that's been in a few of the paintings that I've done. I sit there and I think, I've only actually been doing diamond painting since just before Christmas. And I am truly addicted. You know, like truly addicted. And like I said in the beginning, I made sure I only did circles and rounds. And then my first square actually was the first one that I did in this series like this, which was the kitten, look at the little kitten looking into the white kitten looking into the puddle. It was similar to this one, but it was a white kitten and a white tiger. And that was square. So I didn't even go for a little one when I did my first square. I was like, no, let's just go for it. Because at that time, I'd sort of watched a few people on YouTube. And you sort of pick up things. And like, a lot of people were saying that you get the more detailed. When you do squares, you get more detailed and you don't get that sort of, you can't see the canvas behind. So yeah. And then that was it. Since then, I've done a few rounds, but it's mainly been squares. I've been hooked. And that's why I think I like AliExpress, because on most of them, you can actually choose whether you want rounds or squares, which is good. And you can choose what size you want it, because I have bought a few off eBay and off Amazon that are square and rounds, to be honest, that I've started to do them and I've been like, no, this is so pixelated. And I do know sometimes, obviously, you have to stand back or you have to do a bit to see how it's looking. But I haven't finished them. And that's because I don't want to. I enjoy doing diamond painting. And I don't want to do it just for the sake that I want to finish it. Because then that's not enjoyable. So I've still got them. I've still got the drills. And if there's ever a time when, I don't have any to do, then maybe I'll do it. But for now, where I've got ones that I've learned sort of along the way, that the bigger, if it's got a lot of detail, it needs to be bigger in size. And I'm just not going to do it if I'm not enjoy doing it. because I just think that that takes the whole fun. I love doing diamond painting. I find it very relaxing, very therapeutic. I've always been creating. Like I said, I've always had my own business of creating things, be it book folding, book art, cards, scrapbooking. I have my crochet business. The moment I actually sat there last night and designed a sunflower granny square. And I'm trying to pick one up. There's one on there. I'm going to do a blanket with granny square sunflowers. You know, I love doing it. And that's the same. When I start having to do things, like some people, I hate working with black yarn. Because when you're crocheting with black yarn, it's so hard to see the stitch. So, I should really put some washi tape around there. So, and I sat there last night, and I have got work that I should be doing. I wanted to do something that I want to do, and I was sulking because I wanted to do diamond painting. I wanted to start this one, actually. And I could have started it and videoed this yesterday, but I wanted to at least do the first day properly. I know on Friday I'm either going to have to do it tomorrow. Friday's one tomorrow. So I may have to do Thursday and Friday tomorrow. But that's because I'm at an event. When I know I'm going to be in all day, I don't really want to be doing it all over the place. I get excited when I do these ones because, like I said, I always seem to start at the top left-hand corner. And I like when I actually, like on this one, and in fact on all three of them, I've had to do quite a bit before I get to do the cat or the kitten. So, because the kitten's way down, the sort of more to the top of the middle, so to speak. But how do you all work? How do you do it? Do you do it from top to bottom? I think the sneaky cut I'll have to do sort of in strips going down because it's so long. Nearly done, guys. I hope if you're still here, you haven't run away with your fingers in your ears yet. But that'll be the first of 30 days complete. And like I said, what I might try and do tomorrow is, because this, I don't mind doing the videos because I'm sitting here diamond painting, so I'm quite happy to sit here all day and do diamond painting if I can. But it's what you guys want to see. I don't know if you want to see these hour-long, if not more, videos every day. But then, I think today also I've done all the sectioning off, so maybe I should have done that when I kitted it up. I just didn't think. So maybe we'll see how it goes, but maybe I'll show you the custom. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll do a separate video of reviewing the custom and the kitting down, because that's what I tend to do. I tend to show, when I'm doing the kitting down, I tend to show the canvas finished, because it is amazing. The people that need to see it privately have seen it, so it's now ready to be released to the world, so to speak. It's not like it's a great piece of art. But yeah. Right, so that section is all done. And I'll just go over it to firm it down. What I like is when I do the roller, I like the fact that I don't hear any clicks because they're all flat. And then I'll just run my hand over it. There's none sticking up. So yeah, so that's today, the 1st of June, the number 1 of 30 for the waffle. So I hope you enjoyed it. Me chatting nonsense for an hour, however long it was. Obviously that's the top, it's the bit of, I think this is a building and this is all sky. But I could be wrong, who knows. I think tomorrow's piece is lots of pretty much the same colour, looking at it. Just had a sneak peek. But that's me done. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you like the video, please subscribe. It would be much appreciated. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be amazing. If you could share my channel, friends that you think may enjoy it. And if you want to be notified of upcoming videos, if you just click the little bell icon, you'll get notified when they get uploaded. So, yeah, I think that's all the official stuff out the way. But thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.